Today we're going to be focusing on how to take a front kick, a simple front kick, and fake off it. I have a whole number of different ways that you can utilize lifting your leg and following up with another technique. And this is not only for this specific technique, it's to open your mind to the fact that imagine what you can do if you always twitch, you always fake. How many ways you can confuse your opponent. So today's episode is going to be a fun one for beginners, intermediate, all the way up to advanced. So we are talking about fakes you can utilize off front kicks. Super fun way to land on people. They try to catch, they try to scoop, they stand stationary. There are so many ways to exploit people. I suggest more often than not, throwing some front kicks before you try and fake. If you just come in and go, and you do that, you might not get a reaction, or the one that you wanted, because they didn't actually do anything to deal with your front kick fake. But if you touch them once, you touch them again, and then you start pumping that knee, you can be guaranteed that they're gonna start reacting in some way. So our very first fake today is going to be the jab off the front kick, but there are far more details that we have to get into instead of just going, because there's no power. If I leave the shoulder in front and I fall, it's just a flick jab. We want to expose somebody, have them go, huh, and then really hit them hard. Hard enough that they will go down. How do we do that? We take this lead shoulder as we fake our front kick and we draw it back. Front kick, I land, front kick, I land, I fake, boom, I drop into it. Whole momentum of my body falling and twisting all at the same time equals a crazy powerful jab. Again, front kick, lift, draw the shoulder back and fall into the jab. Fake number two is actually very similar, except now we're going to utilize the hook. Because what do you do if you have somebody, when they go to block your front kick, they just do this. And their face is covered, their body's covered. You're like, well, my front kick fake's not working, my jab's not working. I load up, and then I come behind the ear and I have my thumb facing more down than up. I find that really helps on this one. Throw my front kick, I fake my front kick, I load my shoulders, and I fall into a European style hook. This one is beautiful. It works so many times, and if you can transition between the two we've talked about, jab or hook, you have that ability midway through right here to decide, what am I going to do, and adjust according to what your opponent has done with their hands. Fake number three that we are talking about is lifting, going, oh, okay, they're protected, dropping and coming to a knee off the back leg. Fake, boom. And I'm out of range for this knee, but once I front kick, I don't drop right here and then end up out of range. I lift, and I step a little further forward. So now I've put this within range and I fire the knee right down the middle. Very often, whether they scoop, whether they go to catch on that front kick fake, what you're gonna see them do is return their hands back. Fake comes, return their hands back. Their stomach has reopened up. One extra step, two. And you just make sure you're guarding your head as you should be when you throw your knees. Fake number four is one that I really like for people who are shorter and they want to close distance. We use this leg driving up, but at the same time, we shuffle forward. So I'm down here, I want to get in on my opponent, I slide, and then I start with a cross and I can finish my combo. This one is beautiful because generally when you come from out of range and you really pump slide towards somebody, yeah, maybe they'll throw a jab or something, but it's not enough to stop you. And it gets you within range, and because you haven't twisted your shoulders as we did in those first two, this back arm is primed and loaded to unload into a cross or a hook or an overhand, whatever you want. So I'm out of range, I pump, lift my leg up, and then I come in to that combo. And a side note for everybody, when you're trying to throw a front kick fake, which one looks more believable to you? I'm going to give you two options. Option number one, would you react to that or would you react to this more? Right? First one, second one. The difference is, at least when I've been exposed to front kick fakes, you can see the bottom of the foot, or you can't see the bottom of the foot. Seeing the bottom of the foot invokes that reaction where you go, whoa, front kick. Whereas just doing this to me, I'm kind of like, yeah, I don't really believe it. So get that extra little lift and just poke that foot out very slightly so they can see the bottom. In my experience, this helps the fake so much. Our next fake is lift, and we're gonna pop to a round kick at head level, but we're gonna distract them. We're gonna lift, jab, and then come to the head round kick. This one is so silky smooth, so hard to block. I come up, land with the jab, and then boom, up to head level. So the person has to go, okay, I'm dealing with this. Oh shoot, I've got to deal with the front. Oh no, it's coming to the side. One, boom, boom. Nice and smooth. Just there, fake, boom, boom. That one, I love it. It works so well if you're at that distance where the person's just in front kick range. They're right there, but they're really good at catching. Show it to them, and then follow up with those two. Lovely. The final one I want to give you is definitely more advanced and a bit more sketchy, but it works really well for me. I slide forward as I already instructed you to do. We already talked about that, but I load my shoulder as I do it. So I'm going to slide and load. Now I'm going to come with a really wide, sort of Canelo-esque. When you see him, he's like, boom. You're going to do that body hook. Why does this work? Again, once they see the front kick coming and they go to deal with it, and then they realize, oh, there's no front kick. Usually the hands raise back up, and then they've got to try and come back down. So they're trying to go one, two, and they're usually not fast enough because the beat is very quick. One, boom. That's it. Slide, I come forward, show them the bottom of the foot, preload, and then shoot right to the body. And I'm not worrying about perfect body technique. It's just swing down, come right through. Kind of one of those concepts that as you get more advanced, you can break rules. I slide, hit the body. Moving around, touch them once, touch them again, slide, boom. Throwing these types of techniques are really fun. You feel very clever when you do it, but most importantly, it opens your mind up to, okay, if I can do that many fakes off this leg, and I didn't cover them all, we could start going like things like that, tapping to the head level round kick. There's so many others. Those are just some of my favorites, but if we can do that just off the lead leg front kick, we didn't go to the back leg front kick, we didn't go to any of the other techniques, think of how confusing you can be if you start kind of going like Adesanya, where you're always faking, you're twitching, and then when you do go to throw something, you have so many options to follow up with. It makes you a dangerous, high-level fighter. If you guys enjoyed the episode, please give it a like. Train hard, as always, and I will see you back here soon for another video.